Hey, everybody.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? I am Day Madison, and she is PJ, and we are two dope ass grandmas. What's good?
What's happening, baby?
This is episode 1,
Yeah, our first show.
our first show.
I'm super excited.
I am. They've been waiting.
Yeah, and we got some good topics too. So it just happens to be a great time of year because there's a lot of funny and interesting things going on for us to talk about.
Oh my goodness. Let's get it popping.
Let's get it popping.
What's first up the bat, PJ?
I think we want to talk about some WNBA stuff, right?
KFC and Wiggate.
Yes, first of all, we love the WNBA. Shout out to the W. I think stud buds are now calling it the W.
Okay, we'll take that.
That's a dope name, actually. The W, like W as in winners, you know. So the W, even though the bouncer at the club didn't know what the W was, but WNBA action is fantastic, and we love the WNBA.
Anybody that knows us know that we're big WNBA fans. If you follow us, you know that we go to most of the games.
Chicago Sky.
Definitely. And if you know me from New York, you know that I was a big Liberty fan. I had floor seats back in the early 2000s.
Way back when, but they world champions right now, the New York Liberty.
Definitely. And I was rooting for them back when Teaspoons was in the building.
Way back when.
Kim Hamilton. Becky.
They always had a dope squad.
Definitely.
But let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what's going on with our girl KFC, who also is a former Chicago Sky member and a world champion. Definitely. Chicago Sky member. So
Olympian.
Yeah, we're a big fan of KFC.
Yes. Philly girl.
Yes. So what's the story?
Tell them.
Oh, I guess I'll tell them. I guess it was a game the other night, 2 nights ago, I believe, and they were playing the Washington Mystics.
Yes.
And our girl KFC had a malfunction. I believe that's exactly what the announcers called it, a malfunction. As I believe she was going around a pick. It looks like one of her teammates had set a pick. She went around the pick, and as she came around it, somehow her wig got caught on something and came off her head.
Yes.
Completely off her head.
Yes. She caught it.
Well,
it hit the floor.
No. Yeah, it was on the floor. She did not catch it. She went around the pick and then realized something. She probably felt the breeze and was like, something's going on, and saw that the wig was on the floor. And I have never seen anyone scoop up a wig so fast. She did not check out of the game. She had no conversation with her coach or teammates. She just picked it up and ran right to the back.
Now, hold up. Anybody that plays basketball, let's discuss that, right? Because you're supposed to, when you exiting the game, you're supposed to let the coach know.
Well, generally the coach would sub you out of the game. They would say, hey, hey, Madison, hey, Jackson, come on out. Somebody else is going in. Right. Now, this was clearly, it was a 911. This was an emergency.
It was. The
wig was on the floor, and it didn't look like it was something she could just flip right back on real quick.
Right.
Baby, I watch you put your wig on. You can put it on quickly. I feel like you could have just stayed in the game, put it right back on, and kept it moving.
Because I use glueless wigs.
Ah, that's the difference.
Big shout out to Sewing Queens, Julia out in Texas, Glueless Wigs, sewing.com.
That's your girl.
That's my girls. I got like 20 of their wigs. Anyway, back to KFC.
Yeah, so the wig came off. She ran to the back, and what was interesting is that the cameras got her running to the locker room, right? Almost looked like somebody said like the Maury show when they tell you that the baby is yours.
You are not father.
Yeah, it was that type of run all the way to the back to the locker room. But what also came out of this is that clearly, I guess a fan made a rude or disrespectful comment.
Yes.
And they had him thrown out of the game.
Right. So let's discuss that part of it, right? So A lot of people are commenting online stating that, oh, she's sensitive. Number one, KFC was addressing her wig malfunction in the back when her teammates was having the fan thrown out of the game. She was not. So,
She didn't even know what the man had said.
right.
She had other things to focus on.
Yes, she was getting her wig put back on. Number one. And then other people was commenting stating that, oh, this will only happen in the WNBA. I guess because
That's probably true.
right, because
Well, not just only in a women's sport where
Yes.
the competitors, wear wigs, and the WNBA is probably one of the only ones. No, in gymnastics, I think they wear, some
I'm
wigs
sure
in gymnastics,
women's sport,
softball potentially. Yeah.
they will
you
wear
name it.
a wig,
Yeah,
right?
in today's days, yeah.
But not
Today's time.
having a fan ejected from the game. That happens in NBA games all the time.
Every day,
All the
almost.
time.
All the time. If
For
you
the
say,
littlest, pettiest things.
well, I mean, the players now have just a lot more control and power, and they don't like their.
Westbrook does it all the time.
He does. If they call him Westbrook, he gets them thrown out, as
Thank
he
you.
should. As he should.
That's his name. That's his legacy.
That's right. That's his right. So if he don't want them making fun of his last name. Same thing with, we don't know what was said, but her
Right.
teammates and the coaches really took
Yes.
offense to whatever this man said, and they had him thrown out the game. So shout out, good job, WNBA
Protecting
players.
your teammates.
Yeah, protect your teammates. Go hard for your teammates. Don't let them out here talking smack about your team, especially she in the
Period.
back trying to get her wig back on. She can't protect herself. Y'all protect her. I love that. Love it.
Definitely. But KFC, that is now forever a viral moment.
Yeah.
And she could have turned that around. It could have been the viral moment because she came back. She
Came
locked
back.
in.
She locked in and helped the team win. She looked
Definitely.
good. They
'Cause
they
she's a
playing
hell
the
of a player.
They playing the Washington Mystics. They was gonna smoke them anyway. But yeah, she came back in, locked in, and did what she needed to do.
But she could have made that. I'm just like, she's a Philly girl. I'm from the East Coast because I'm always going to ride for the East Coast. I don't care.
Yes.
I'm gonna ride
East
for
Coast
the,
in the
I'm
house.
gonna ride for the East Coast. And she's a Philly girl. I just don't understand the run to the back. I would have snatched that wig off
Yes.
with my Cleo braids.
Yes.
Took that, swung it around in the circle, and would have been like, locked in, let's go.
And everybody dance around it and get hyped.
And got the crowd
Crowd
hyped.
would have got so hyped if she would have did that.
And that would have been the viral
With the
moment.
Cleo braid, she could have got locked in her
Locked
defensive stance and let them know, I'm good, I'm ready. I can whip y'all with or without the wig.
That wig. Let's go.
Next time, KFC. Because first of all, this will not be the first or the last time. I don't know if people remember South Carolina. I think a lady from South Carolina, University of South Carolina, last year.
And they all
She
huddled
was
around
playing.
her.
Now that was a different moment.
Ooh, I love that moment.
They all huddled around her.
Yes.
One of them saw the wig and just snatched it back into the circle.
Back on her.
They huddled around her, got it back on her head, and she was back ready to play again. Again, one of the most inspiring moments in women's sports.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
We put that on
love
our TikTok page.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped over that.
Was that during March Madness?
I'm not. I believe it might have been during the regular season toward the end, and I'm not sure which young lady that happened to. But again, she handled it like a G.
She did.
Her teammates handled it like G's.
They did.
And KFC, again, you did what you had to do, girl. But this will happen again
It will.
because WNBA players, they out there, they playing hard. And tell me, baby, I don't know the difference about this glueless and no glue. And
Baby, if you not using the glueless wig and your braids ain't neat up underneath there to rock the Cleo braids, then use the bold hole. Bold hole need to be sponsoring the WNBA.
Boho,
Bold hole glue.
Okay.
She don't know nothing about that.
Boho.
Or sewing queens need to lock in on a WNBA and get them the glue in wigs.
Yeah.
But first off, let's talk about real quick. Shout out to Dejanay Carrington and Angel Reese.
Oh yeah.
First off,
Always laid. Always laid.
wigs,
Tight.
baby hair,
Hopping.
face beat, setting spray on fleek, edge control. They will play 4 quarters. Edges don't move.
And them lashes just
Don't fall off.
that's beautiful. Just
Masterclass. They need to teach a masterclass.
both of them. And it's a lot of it's quite a few very beautiful women in the WNBA rocking the wigs, rocking full face makeup, lashes, you name it, out there balling.
Yes.
Balling.
And the face don't melt. Big shout out to Jeffree Star One Size Setting Spray. It's the truth.
What?
Jeffree Star One Size Setting Spray. It's the truth.
Okay. If
Dejanay already put everybody on it. That's part of her routine. And I already got it upstairs. I know what it is. I knew it was part of her routine. But anyway.
Well, that was an exciting story. It's a little fun. It was definitely fun. Way to go, KFC. Way to go Phoenix Mercury. They got the win in spite of Wiggate, and they just kept it moving, and I love it.
They did.
Now, we had a little bit more WNBA news last night, and I mean, not that we're gonna always be talking WNBA, but just happened to be a couple of really crazy stories. So
we're gonna hit that up towards the end, because that one was a little
so it's just been a lot of craziness going on in the WNBA. So, shout out to the ladies. They got so much attention on them right now. They're getting a lot of press. You know what they say? Some people say all press is good press, right? There's no such thing as bad press. So
get to the games, buy the tickets. That's all that matters.
Get out there and support.
Yeah, support.
Support those ladies.
All right. Let's get to what the podcast is about today.
What are we talking about today, boo-boo?
We talking about coming out.
Okay.
Coming out, how we came out. And we talking about the term late to lesbian.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's me.
That wasn't me. But there is a term that's coined, late to lesbian.
Yeah, when we started dating, you realized that. I think I
actually,
it was an IG. I think it was an Instagram.
Yeah, you
YouTube.
told me that you was late to lesbian, and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
I was like, "Yeah, it's a lot of us."
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, just late to trying something different or figuring out something later on in life. But there are a lot of women, this whole group called Late to Lesbian, that, a lot of them were married, right? Had kids, all that stuff.
Or careers.
Careers.
Like you.
Yeah. And then, later on in life, made a life switch or pivot or whatever when it comes to sexuality.
I love pivot.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite words.
Yeah,
pivot.
Just decided to pivot.
So you start first.
I mean, my story, a lot of people know my story, but New York, it was pretty easy.
Why so easy in NYC?
I feel like it was just easy to come out in New York. It was just being gay we was comfortable to be gay. It wasn't like the Midwest or the South where people just stopped you.
Yeah, it's more of a liberal city, right?
It was definitely liberal.
More accepting of people.
We had the house scene. We had the club scene. It was open to be gay. We had Stonewall. Yeah. We had the Greenwich Village. It was just a free time, And so in the 90s, I decided that I felt like I wanted to explore, and so I was bisexual. And so I was on both sides. And when I got pregnant with Tatiana, my daughter, after I had her, I decided I didn't want to be with men anymore. and I wasn't with men ever again. So that was in 94. So I've been a lesbian since 1994. Uh, Came out to my mom fully. She, at that point, told me, tell me something I don't know. So she already knew that's where I was. It was an easy moment for me. It wasn't hard. Nobody said, get out the house or anything like that. And I heard horror stories of people getting thrown out. And I've been that person that brought people into my home that was thrown out.
Wow.
So I had people live with me and with Tatiana in her bedroom. So I know that story
Yeah.
oh so well, but that wasn't my story. Coming out was a little difficult for me when I was already in corporate America and I started Dollhouse Enterprises, which was a social networking company for bisexual and lesbian women. And I did a daily news article, and I thought it was going to be a very small little article in a corner somewhere, maybe on page 61,
Right.
that nobody was going to see.
Mm-hmm.
Who, child? We going to have to sip some tea for this story.
Let's get the tea, babe.
Just go sip some tea.
It means it's hot.
It's a little steamy.
Okay.
Anyway, everybody was calling me at the job. Everybody. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody was calling me, talking about this full page article.
Wow. That's juicy.
And when I tell you, I thought the article was this little, and it was like 2 pages in the middle of the daily news.
What's your picture, I saw?
Yes, and my ex.
Wow. That's juicy.
Child. First off, they put it in there, making it seem like they said partner. Number one, she was not my partner in the business.
Okay.
That's number one. So it made it seem like we was partners in the business. Like me and you have a partner agreement in our business. We are partners in life.
Right.
And we have a partner agreement in business.
Facts.
So if we break up, we are still partners in business.
So the article said the same thing, that you guys were not only partners in life, but were partners in business.
And we were just girlfriends.
Okay.
And not partners in business.
Okay.
Okay.
So not only was it tea, some of the tea was wrong.
The tea was wrong.
Oh my God. The worst.
That was number one. Then it made it seem like we lived together in my co-op in Far Rockaway, and we did not.
Okay.
She had her own apartment in Manhattan, and I had my own apartment in Queens where the picture was taken. And then I believe it made it seem like the dog that I had at the time, Bella, was ours.
Oh,
and it
wow.
wasn't.
Oh, man. They just painted a complete love story.
Yes.
That's what a newspaper gonna do. Make it all salacious. You know.
Picture was sitting there at my desk. I'm sitting there holding my dog. She's sitting behind me. It was like we was a cute little family. So now I come to work. Number one, they're looking at me like, y'all married? Because, straight people see partner like, y'all married?
Right.
I'm like, no. You live with somebody? I'm like, no.
So now they just think they know all your business. Did they at least know that, you were gay or you were lesbian?
No. This was my coming out party.
Wow.
In corporate America.
So they got all the tea and some of the tea was incorrect.
Most of it.
Wow.
So I had to correct the tea at work and come out.
But did you feel okay coming out at, what year would this have been?
This was about 2007.
Okay, so the world was pretty liberal back then, I would
I
assume.
mean, it was liberal. It was just, you know what it was, and I'm gonna be honest, right? I had a boomer mom, right?
Yeah.
And if anybody has a boomer mom, your parents told you what happens in your house stays in your house.
That's right. That's right.
And that's basically what it was. And I remember, let me just give you a short story. When I got my first car, when I got this job, I made a lot of money. I remember I got this job in 1997. I was making $55,000.
Oh, you was rolling.
That was a lot
Yeah.
in 1997.
Yeah, that would be.
I was maybe 23.
Mm-hmm.
I had Tatiana in 94, so she was like 3 years old. I was making a lot of money. So I had bought my first car, a brand new, off the lot Honda CRV.
Ooh, nice.
Brand spanking new. Yeah, it wasn't really nice because when I traded her in like 3 years later and got the Honda Civic, I realized that Honda CRV was slow as I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I went and got me a cute little rainbow sticker to go behind it to let everybody know I was gay.
Oh, telling all your business.
Oh, in New York, you wanted
Yeah.
the AGs to know that you was gay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm taking my mother food shopping and she's putting the food in the back and she notices it and she goes, "What is that?" And I go, "Oh, it's a little rainbow sticker." And she's like, "For what?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just, how gay people let other gay people know they're gay."
Your
And
mama was like, "Oh no, no, no."
"Oh, no, for what?"
Right.
She's like, "Why do you have to let the world know that you're gay?" And I was like, because. And she gave me that same speech again. Everybody doesn't have to know what you do in your bedroom.
That's right.
And so that was instilled in me.
Yeah, my parents come same era.
Yeah.
People don't need to know your business, and I just think they also came from a time where things could happen bad if people
Yes.
knew what was going on in your household. Right? It was just a different world back in the 50s, whatever 60s.
And a lot of bad things happened to people that was gay.
Exactly.
A lot of bad things.
Yeah.
And so I think they feared for our lives, not knowing that it was a different world
Right.
for us,
Right.
right? And so I think going into corporate America, I still had that fear,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Even though I knew it was okay. And so I just didn't tell people what I did outside of work.
But now they know.
And now they knew. So I was okay. So
Damn.
that was my tea. That was my second coming out story.
Wow, that's like out
Yeah,
to everybody.
in a big way.
Right.
But I kind of do things big anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and again, New York, like you say, New York is just different. People, it seems like a city where there's less judgment. People just let you do you. You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you want to hear my story?
Come on out, PJ.
And I sort of think of my story less as a coming out and more just a PJ just doing PJ sort of story.
It kind of was.
Yeah. I would say right before I started dating Devon, I let my friends and family know that I may be dating a woman. And that was because I'd had a situation at work right before I retired. And that situationship sort of let me know, I think I would like to date a woman and just see, what that is like. I had mostly dated men, I would say in high school and college. And after that, I was really dating my career. I mean, I was very much into my work, into my career, and the things that I needed to do to advance my career. So I wasn't into dating anyone. And so this is at the end, very end of my career, 2000. I was ready to retire, and I let my friends know.
Tell
And
them how they let you.
my
How you
friends were
let them
really
know.
cool. I text my friend, particularly one of my closest group of friends. We have a group text, and this was during June, right at the start of Pride Month. And I said, "Hey y'all, I just want to let y'all know that I'm probably gonna date a woman." And everybody was just like, "Yo, whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. We love you. That's cool. Thanks for letting us know. Blah blah blah." So my whole friend group was really cool. Yeah, I just slowly sort of let people know, and at least to me and in my face, everybody was cool, which is what matters. My parents, a little bit of a different story. My parents are in their 80s, and they're not really like the oldest old fashioned 80-year old. They pretty progressive, I would say. But I told them, and my dad particularly was concerned for me, sort of back to what we were talking about with your mom. I think his initial, first of all, this was sort of dashing their dream that I would one day maybe be getting married. They knew I wasn't having kids now at 50 some
Over
years
50
old.
something years.
Right. They knew I wasn't having kids. And, maybe my dad had probably some thoughts of walking me down the aisle one day. I'm the only daughter. And so I think they were a little disappointed from that perspective. And then my dad kind of let me know that he kind of he had some fear, he had some concern, what others not just might say, but what people would do if they may, try to bring harm to you for, your sexuality for whatever reason. And again, I didn't think of it that way, but as I guess as an older parent, I understand why he had that concern. And so he decided to seek some therapy, which is amazing. I'm glad he did that for himself. And we're a family that supports therapy, so I think that helped him sort of reconcile it with himself and make him feel like Pam's gonna be safe, she's gonna be okay. And yeah, and then not too soon after I met Davon. So we were just talking about it recently. She feels like I'm always coming out because whenever, now that she lives here with me in the city, and we run into people that I haven't seen in years, or just haven't seen in a while, and they meet their mom for the first time. She always says it's like I'm coming out all over again. They're like,
You are.
because not only was it, again, they're not used to meeting anybody, but now they're meeting a woman. This is my girlfriend or my partner, and we're living together now. So it is always like, and again, people are generally like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I've seen you guys on Facebook or on Instagram." So people are always cool. So I think that makes me not feel like I'm always coming out. Now, do they go home and be like, "Oh my God, did you think Pam was gay?" Of course, we always knew she was gay. I'm sure those are the conversations that go on, but I don't care. I'm just myself, and again, I'm not big into labels. Devon and I talk about that all the time. She talks about the femmes and the AGs.
Because I'm from New York, so it's embedded in me.
It is.
But I mean, it's embedded in me to just see somebody and kind of think of what label they would be. But at this age, I don't particularly give anybody a label.
That's good.
Like I don't give myself a label. I'm definitely a pit bull in a skirt.
Facts.
I am not a femme. I would not say,
She's
I'm a
not your
femme.
typical AG, but she's an AG. Aggressive.
Pam calls me Big Mama.
Yeah.
And I think that's what if I had to give myself a label, that would be a femme AG.
Yeah.
That's what Big Mama stands for. I run shit.
She does. Facts.
And so before I left New York gave me the name Boss Lady. And I think that Boss Lady, Big Mama, all those things would be what a femme age basically stands for.
That makes sense.
And I guess all of those nicknames is a label,
It is.
basically,
It
right?
is a
And
label.
so
I think that is too probably a New York thing because it is maybe it sort of allows you to sort of put people into a category
right.
right away, so you know how to sort of deal with them or how
Right,
to
or
approach.
address them, approach them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of just how do you, yeah,
Yeah.
basically, how do you address them?
Yeah.
Basically, how do you approach them?
Yeah.
In which way? I mean, are you going to address this person in a soft manner? Or are you going to address them a little aggressively? And in New York, you need to know that. You really do.
Yeah, that's definitely the New York thing. Here I would say, well, for me personally, I prefer no labels. I prefer just to be PJ. And I don't know if, people here in the Midwest, if it's more so I want to label somebody, especially now, I think it's just more freedom and people are a bit more understanding as it relates to people's sexuality. And I think they allow you to label yourself whatever you want to. You know what I mean?
But you hear these labels still now. You hear stud. I
Yeah.
mean, you hear these labels. I mean, I don't know if you hear femme so much now, but you still constantly hear the label stud.
Yeah. I mean, and I think the stud buds
Yes, they're
made
so
it
cute.
also made it cool,
And
kind of
fun.
funny and
Yes.
fun, right? So that term is a term that people can that they made. It's almost like they took a term that may had a negative connotation to it if people wanted to take it negatively, and they're like, we're gonna have fun with it and run with it. And I think that's always cool when people give themselves or are given labels and people say, I'm just gonna have fun with it because you're not gonna box me in because of it, right? So in that sense, I say call yourself what you want to call yourself and
Basically.
have fun with it. And I'm not against the term lesbian. I remember, you know, as I was sort of exploring more of my sexuality as I got out of corporate America, I learned about this whole community late to lesbian,
You're late to lesbian.
big old community of women, mostly women that have probably been married before, have kids or whatever, get divorced, decide they want to date women or marry a woman, etc. So that some of their stories, which were just interesting, and some of them were, I mean, some real tea. I'm talking about hot tea
Right.
in terms of like being married and in the middle of their marriage,
Marriage
right?
might have started a whole relationship with a
Right.
woman.
Oh, it was a lot of that. And so I said, wow, I really felt for those women because they also couldn't be themselves. You know what I
Right. They
mean?
fought with it
Yeah.
all their lives. Just thinking about, oh my God, I don't want to be in this marriage
Yeah.
with this man.
Yeah.
I want to be over there. That has to be like a struggle.
Oh, and so, on these, whether it was chat sites, on Instagram, Facebook, there was a lot of stories of women that were really struggling with coming out, having to tell their children. And so for me, I felt like my story was nothing like that in
So
terms of
yours was easy.
yeah, it felt easier for me. It helped leaving corporate, like coming out of corporate. I just felt a freedom. I started getting tattoos. I got my nose
You
pierced.
cut that hair off real
I
quick.
used to have,
Really
long
long
hair
hair.
and was getting my hair cut every week after after I retired. I knew I would not be going to the beauty shop every week to get my hair done. That was the first thing I could not wait to give up. I went natural and then I cut my hair off. So I felt like it was just more of a freedom
Freedom.
and just feeling yourself. Probably post pandemic too. I think a lot of people maybe felt that way. So it was just all a culmination of a lot of things coming together at one time. My situation at work, retiring, the pandemic, right? It all just kind of came together, sort of being at an age too where people are like, I mean, what they gonna say, right? I'm
Yeah.
50 some years old. Who should care about what I'm doing or who I date or whatever? So it just felt like a good time to, like, do what I want to do.
And I'm glad I was there to see that transformation. It was beautiful to watch. I mean, I remember you coming to me and you was like, I don't want to go to the beauty parlor anymore. I was like, don't.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I want to wear my hair natural. I was like, do it.
Yeah.
He was like,
It
I
started
want to
with
get
the.
my nose pierced. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, I'll take you.
She always with the shenanigans.
I am with the
Like, let's go.
shenanigans. I was
Let's
like,
go.
let's do it. He was like, I want to get tattoos. I was like,
Yeah,
let's
let's go.
go. I'm like, I'm with the shits.
She is with the shit. So
I'm with all the smoke and with the
yeah.
shit.
So that was too. I think too, to have a partner that is also like, no, you can't do. You know what I mean? Someone who's like, yeah, let's do that.
With
I'm
it
gonna
all.
support whatever you want to do, however
All
you
of
want
it.
to do it. It just was like, all right, let's go do this, babe.
Yes.
It reminds me of how I just saw recently Candace Parker kind of telling her story. And, if y'all don't know, she was married to a former NBA player. I feel like his name is Sheldon or something like that. Not a very popular or well-known player, but he did make it into the NBA.
Yes.
And she's actually a Chicago girl. Grew up here in the suburbs of Chicago. Went to school Tennessee, and then got drafted into the NBA. But she had a daughter, got married, and I want to say maybe 10 years after or so, she got divorced. And, the divorce was not a big deal. It just seemed like,
Just faded away.
didn't work out. But then she started dating a woman.
And that
And
seemed so natural.
it did seem very natural. And now she's telling that story about how she was afraid to, like, just be herself, right?
She seems so happy
Yes.
now.
They got that cute little boy together. Yeah. She seems very happy. And so, she had her career. She's having a great post career.
Yes, she is.
Announcing.
Yes.
She's really doing her thing. I think they're remarried. She's married to her partner, and they have a little boy together. And so she just talked about how, she was almost trapped inside of herself. And there are so many people like that are afraid to, like, just be themselves. And it's not just about coming out. It's just about being you.
Yeah.
And whatever that may look like. So I'm glad that, I get to walk in the shoes I want to walk in and be myself, and my boo gets to be herself, and that allowed us to come together and be ourselves together.
And then you have people like Queen Latifah, who we don't know what her story is, but she should give a master class on how to just keep your life private.
She never told any of her, never. And people were always, everyone was like, "Oh, she's a lesbian.
I mean,
she's gay."
I've
People
seen
always
her
said that.
in the lesbian clubs in New York. I mean, New York and New Jersey. But the way that she has kept it private in the media,
Yes,
should be a master class.
it is amazing.
She has not ever opened up her mouth and said those words. And you don't have to.
Nope. She didn't need to. And people can assume what they want to assume. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. People could be tomboyish and still have a boyfriend. It happens all the time. I mean, people, you never know what attracts someone to another. But there's always people out there buzzing and guessing and talking behind somebody's back about, oh, is she gay? Or yes, she gay, or this or that. And I just love how Queen Latifah just never addressed it, never thought about it, just did her thing. And it didn't appear to affect her in terms of, when you think about it. I mean, she's a rapper turned actor and a very good actress. Yes, singer.
She got, she has a Tony, a Broadway.
Yes.
I mean, she has done it all.
She has.
And it hasn't stopped not one bag.
No, and you think about the very few, I mean, I don't know if her show is still on, Equalizer.
It could be.
But very few black women, right? You think of the very handful that get the be the headliner, the star of a network television show that comes on in prime time. What? And Queen Latifah was herself, continued to be herself. And I just think we come to a point in the world where authenticity and people being genuine is looked up to, is a good thing, and people roll with that versus having to be fake and being in a closet like that. Hopefully that life is behind. I know, I realize there are people that still, it still have a tough time in terms of talking to their family, and particularly moms and dads, because the people that can be most critical are the people that are closest to
parents,
you, and that can hurt you the most. But outside of that, the world is becoming very accepting of everyone, and I think that makes it a better world.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Well, I think we pulled everybody out of the closet today.
We did. Come on out, y'all. Come on out. Water's warm. Jump in.
Jump in.
Jump in. Water's warm.
Well, that has been a great episode, and now
we're going to segue to our trending now topic.
Yes. Our last topic of the day is, what's trending now?
Well, one of the things that is trending now, and we'll kind of just stick with our sort of WNBA theme here, is the fact that these objects keep getting thrown onto the court.
Damn, did you just call them
games.
objects?
Well, I'm going to call it an object. I want to be respectful. I don't know. It might be children out there listening to us. We'll call them toys.
Green. Sex toys.
Yes, lime green objects. Throwing them out onto the court.
Lime green, mean green.
Yes. Yes. Meats. Yes. Being thrown onto the court while these girls are playing.
They bouncing.
Now we joking and laughing about it, but we also know that it's disrespectful.
It's dangerous. It hit somebody on the head.
I think it might have hit somebody on the head. I seriously think it might have bounced off somebody's head in Atlanta.
Stomach hurt. Yeah.
So
stomach hurt.
First, there was the one in Atlanta.
Yes, let's talk about the first incident.
That was against the Golden State Valkyrie. Someone threw it onto the court. Right close to, I believe, the Dreams bench. Yeah. And you could tell everybody was like stepping away, called over security, like, security, come get this. You know what I mean?
Because ain't nobody want to touch it.
Nobody wanted to touch it. But it clearly was what they thought it was, right? Somebody scooped it up. And
I mean, that first one, they stopped the game for a long time because they was like, I know.
They were shocked.
It is not a lime green.
This would never happen on LeBron James basketball court. Y'all disrespecting the WNBA game like that.
LeBron James
would never. So I hear that this gentleman was, I'm assuming it was a gentleman, I don't even know, but a person, I understand, was arrested. So finally. That is good, and I'm sure they will be banned from attending any games in that arena for quite a long time, and they should get a fine or something.
I have a question.
Yes.
How did he get it in? Did he have it in his pants?
Babe, come on now.
Because you have to go through metal detectors. And the bags have to be like 6 by 9.
And that is probably how it got in.
Or they have to be see-through.
So someone was wearing it. I mean, come on. Somebody had
a harness?
Babe. Come on now. We PG. Come on.
We
gotta be PG.
I'm just concerned. Okay, anyway. So let's talk about the fact that we was at the Chicago Sky game this past Friday.
Yes. Again, playing the Golden State Valkyrie.
So I just got an issue. They think it's a
Golden State.
I think it's a Golden State thing.
It is weird that this happened twice, and they've been the opponent. They've been the away opponent.
And they also is the new team.
I don't know. I don't know. There could be some
Conspiracy.
there could be some correlation. I don't
It
know.
could be
But it was once again lime green, once again thrown right onto the court, right very close to the near sideline of the court. I think we showed the ref. Ref kicked it off the court immediately, like
And they picked it up with a towel. I saw
towel, scooped it up, put it in the bag, whisked it out of the stadium.
It almost hit Jaleesa from a different world head.
Yeah, Jaleesa was there from a different world.
We saw
she
it.
was right there. We did see her.
It.
We did see her. The players were laughing. We saw Angel Reese, others
Angel
laughing.
Reese did tweet about it, and she made a joke. She asked Sid, could she please stop throwing her mean green? Could she please stop throwing her mean green on the court? It is getting very weird. But we know that that Sid is not doing that. We know Sid is not doing it. It was just a joke.
No, that's a joke.
But Angel Reese did joke.
Yes.
But Sophia Cunningham she was serious. She was like, you're going to hurt somebody. Stop doing that. She
absolutely going to hurt somebody. And again, come on, this is a professional sport, a professional game, and that would never happen at a men's game. Never happen at a men's game. So it just feels like, again, it's just being disrespectful, particularly to the ladies. They're out here balling, doing their thing. Why would you do that?
So the WNBA finally made a statement.
Yes, as they should, because we knew that they were not going to allow this to keep happening. So
after the second incident,
shout out to them. I'm sure the first time they thought, okay, that's just a freak, weird, crazy incident. That's never going to happen again. And then boom, it happens again about a week later. So shout out to the WNBA, protecting their team, protecting their brands, protecting the players, and making sure that, people don't continue to do that. So
I'm just confused because we was at the second game. It came from the second balcony.
Everybody was looking up. So first of all, we said, whoever threw it, they had some pretty impeccable aim. They threw it from the upper deck.
They did.
And threw it right down onto the court. And it didn't appear to hit anyone. Like it boomed right on the court. Everybody was looking up.
I got up off my seat.
She got up and went over
and
to left and went up there like she was going to find a person.
I needed to investigate. How did this happen?
She was gone 15, 20 minutes. I came back. Did you find him?
I could not. Everybody was looking up. Yeah. And nobody looked suspicious.
Yeah. So to throw a lime green. Now, we did say the way it's built, it can give you that propel type motion when you throw it. And again, it landed just perfectly onto the sideline, and then the referee
kicked it and then picked it up with a towel and it went away.
I haven't heard if anyone has been arrested for that incident that just happened again this past Friday, but we didn't see
anybody get removed.
No,
from
we didn't see anybody.
Arena.
People were looking up, security, a lot of discussion about it, a lot of looking up.
But nobody got removed.
Everybody in that section, looked like they didn't know nothing, they didn't see nothing. I don't even know how you do that. I don't know how you get away with doing that.
Throwing that and nobody see anything. I'm just like, nobody in that whole section saw nothing. I'm looking at these people like, y'all didn't see nothing.
Because again, Babe had to lead a seat to go.
I left the seat
up to the section, our section, to go up to that section to look around and look at that body and see if she could, tell who the culprit was. But of course, she came back.
And I'm looking at them like, y'all ain't see nothing. And they looking at me like, we ain't see nothing. And I'm like, y'all
lying. I'm surprised that no one confessed, Babe. But anyway.
I wanted a confession. I wanted a Usher confession.
No confession. Everybody was looking like wasn't me.
I know.
We're going to have to keep our ears open to hear, did they finally arrest anybody? And hopefully that will be the last time we will be talking about objects, lime green or any other color, being thrown onto the court. I don't know. I don't know, but.
Ooh, well, that's all the tea that we got for this show. Anywho, we got some shout outs before we end the show. Big shout out to Reg at Beat Chemist.
Big Poppy, what's up, Reg? That's my boy.
He produced the theme music for our show. We love you, Reg. Big shout out to Katina, our editor.
Tina, she be editing it up, cutting it up.
Big shout out to Erica. She does all of our marketing and branding. She takes care of all of the graphics for the show.
Thank you, Erica. You the best.
You are the best. Big shout out to Chrissy over at Content Maven Media. She is our podcast consultant. She helps set up everything for us. She is the best.
Thank you, Christy, for getting us to this point. We appreciate you.
We do. And also follow her and her girlfriend. They have an amazing podcast together, Real Bad. You can find them on everywhere that you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, amazing podcast. Check them out. They're real funny.
Real funny. And always a big shout out to our daughter, Tatiana.
What we shouting her out for?
Because without her, we would not have Melody. And without Melody, we would not be grandmas and yayas.
Wow, that's fact. That's a fact. Thank you, Tati, for bringing us Little Mel.
Because without that, we would not be two dope-ass grandmas.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, baby.
So we're going to end the show now.
I think we can.
I think we can. So until next time, keep your head on a swivel.
Don't smoke nothing you ain't rolled.
And secure the bag. And make sure you secure that wig.
There you go. Man, hey, and one more. Man, keep them lime green flying objects to yourself.
Okay.
We done with that. Y'all have a great week. See y'all next time.
See you next time. Peace. Us on YouTube at Two Dope Ass Grandmas and engage with our content. Join our community. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Listen to our podcast on all your favorite platforms you listen to podcasts. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Two Dope Ass Grandmas. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at I am Day Madison. And follow PJ on TikTok and Instagram at she is_PJ.